or witch's hour, whichever you. What is wrong with you?
Ano? Grasshopper saan?
It won't hurt you. It's literally just a grasshopper. It just eats grass. For God's sake. My God, I hate sharing a room sometimes. Hey, it's me. And if you're probably wondering why my lighting is so bad right now, it's because my two trusty study lamp finally broke down and I have no choice but to at least use the glow from my laptop and my tablet to at least give a little light. And if you're probably asking, why wouldn't you just film this at daylight, with natural sunlight? And the answer for that is I'm a night owl and I literally can't do anything right. Oh my God, I'm filming. What the hell's wrong with you? I'm filming. Anyway, since Love Alarm would finally release its second season on March 12th, after an inconsiderable amount of time, I figured now's a greater time than any to finally talk about the overdue second season trailer and the few loose plots that they planted on the series finale. From Gulmi's secret tipper to a shady programming company to that one nerdy boy who gave JoJo a Love Alarm mod for some reason, and of course the budding love triangle, or maybe it's a square now. I honestly lost track of all the names and events of the first season that I have to skim through everything just so I wouldn't sound like an idiot, like what I am doing right now. I literally don't know what the hell I'm talking about at this point, so bear with me. And hey, don't expect me to have too much optimism when talking about this show, especially because it took a god awful amount of time to even release a trailer for season 2. I needed to cut off my interest of the series entirely to prevent myself from going mad with speculations and theories. That's how much I love this show. But don't let this pastel colored fluff fool you though. The show has this tendency to be vile and dark while also masquerading as an innocent teen drama. I mean, come on, Love Alarm. Pick a theme properly. Just like how I picked Suno for myself. Don't be an indecisive diva like JoJo. Sis literally has that good looking dude going after her but still decides to somehow install that weird mod. I never really understood what the whole point of the whole anti Love Alarm subplot other than to just stir up some more drama. But okay, maybe I'm hating on JoJo too much. I mean, she is an orphan, and the trauma of her parents' suicide is what drove her to push our homeboy Sano away. But still, would you seriously let go of someone this gorgeous? Although he did lead you into an empty alley once and smash his mouth into yours like a chupa chup lollipop. Kind of problematic. But despite of my um few issues with the show, I'm still pretty stoked for the second season. And I'm still rooting for the characters' happy endings if the series ends this season. I also want to know what's gonna happen to Golmi or whether or not she'll have a redemption arc. Because out of the other characters, I find her rather interesting despite being this kind of mean girl type and overall villain of the story. Who knows, right? Maybe she'll not be as bad in the upcoming season. Although if they'd go to that direction, maybe Yukjo would replace her as the anti-heroine, which is no. She's too precious to be a meanie. I mean, come on. Also, side note, I really like Sono's girlfriend. She's kinda cute and mushy, and she kinda reminds me of one of my old classmates. Shout out Clarice! I seriously hope that they give her a good involvement and development in this main story. Just please, don't make her the villain, Netflix. Hashtag protect Yukjo at all costs. But enough of my ranting and gushing. Let's go on to the trailer breakdown. Okay, real quick before proceeding in the trailer breakdown, I just want to let you guys know that I'm a bit biased towards Suno. So if you notice that I have been dragging Jojo and Haeyoung, it's because I'm forever faithful to the one and only golden boy of this series. Don't judge me. Right off the bat, we get a classic monologue from our main girl Jojo. It's kind of like parallel to the monologue she gave in the season 1 trailer. We see someone stepping in a love alarm radius. It might be Suno or Haeyoung, clearly telling us that Jojo might just delete the anti-love alarm mod she installed last season, thus giving us more confrontations with our homeboy Suno, stirring up that sweet, naive love that he and Jojo once shared. Since this show isn't just all about a cutesy love triangle between these three, and based on the finale they gave us, it is clear that they would really delve into a more mature take on suicide and self-harm that was present on the previous season, but I just know that it will get more and more prevalent as season 2 progresses. And maybe we'll finally get answers on who invented Love Alarm and what is Dokgu's main purpose in all of this. Also, if we observe this first shot right here, from the first shot of the season 1 trailer, which is like featured in the finale, we could somehow conclude that this might also happen on the last episode of season 2. We could clearly see Haeyoung and Jojo facing each other at sunset or maybe dawn. It's like a romantic confession of some sort. I would be honestly devastated. Hashtag protect Suno's sweet smile. So yeah, our ship might sink, people. Let's just hope not. And just as you think the heartache would stop, it just keeps on coming. We see a shot with Jojo and Haeyoung seemingly having a romantic night out under the cherry blossom trees, hinting the budding romance between the two, with Jojo's disembodied voice asking Haeyoung for good news. We also come back to Haeyoung's iconic bicycle confession, in which he finally stands up to what he feels and decided to pursue Jojo, despite Suno still having feelings for her. Haeyoung then saying rather optimistically that Jojo might just fall in love with him too. This is also the first chance we get to see the new Love Alarm, with its kinda dark color theme compared to the original one with its cutesy pastel colored interface. Now, we learn in season 1 that the Love Alarm app was getting an upgrade, wherein people could tell the probability if a person could fall in love with you, and we get to see that same upgrade here. The sequence continues with them being all mushy, basically giving us the idea that they will grow much closer in the next season, with the possibility of them ending up together. Again, coming back to that first shot of the trailer, I just know, you guys. I just know what's gonna happen. I get the impression that Haeyoung is just relentless in pursuing Jojo this time, not letting any opportunity of him getting close to Jojo get away. But then we get the main conflict of this season, which is, drumroll please, Jojo is still in love with Suno. What a shocker. Jojo admits that Suno is still the one who rings her love alarm, the title card saying, "Love comes ringing again." I know it's how the trailer is edited and it's up to the producers to let the fans think what they want us to think, but this makes Suno feel like a second male lead. And a lot of fans have also theorized that maybe Haeyoung is supposed to be the main man, and season 1 just laid the groundwork for the story's main couple. Kind of what they did in My First Love. Which is just frustrating, because I really want Suno to at least be happy. I swear, Netflix, if this happens, I will turn you into ashes. How dare you? The audacity. Then the trailer gives us an off-screen convo between our two male leads, Suno nudging Haeyoung, clearly trying to intimidate him or discourage him from continuing on pursuing Jojo. But our persistent knight would not just back down. This is like a complete turnaround, to the season 1 Haeyoung, we could clearly see how much his resolve changed and that he will never back down on his feelings or Jojo ever again. Next, we see this curtain scene with Haeyoung and Jojo, and I just know this is gonna be important somehow. I don't know why, but I just have this hunch that this curtain scene would serve as a pivotal moment in Haeyoung and Jojo's relationship. In Jojo's dialogue, we get that Jojo is conflicted and maybe even a little bit guilty, because she was clearly creating a rift between the two friends. She is finally seeing the damage that she is causing to the two boys and realized that even the anti-love alarm mod won't help her this time. And again with the bridge shots, we see snippets of this mysterious bridge scene, and although I still don't know what's gonna happen, I just know that this could break the hearts of Sunho and Jojo shippers, and of course Sunho. I mean, come on! What the hell's happening? I swear if this is released, I'll probably skip classes just so I could binge this in one go. Again, don't judge me, I know you'll do the same. But maybe I'm just getting ahead of myself because on the next scene, we get this.
나 이제 네 눈만 믿을 거야.
And every time I see this scene, my faith in Sunho and Jojo gets reborn, and maybe this is the one single reason why I pushed myself to make a trailer breakdown in the first place. After the kiss, we get to see the trailer climax. The music heightens and snippets of tense scenes pops up one by one. Okay, I'm not gonna dissect this part because clearly it would take me a long time to edit this video, but basically we see our three protagonists struggling with their own feelings. Haeyoung, being the knight that he is, will still stand his resolve and still wait for Jojo to like him back. Sunho, still having this glimmer of hope that maybe, just maybe, Jojo still has feelings for him, which she totally does, proclaiming that he would just look at Jojo's eyes, seemingly implying that maybe he wouldn't trust Love Alarm that much now. And finally, our leading lady, Jojo, who is conflicted and overall confused on what she should do. Would she choose the ever so patient Haeyoung or Sunho, who she clearly still has feelings for? Overall though, I hope that the season 2 finale wouldn't be a crushing disappointment that I finally decided to cancel my Netflix subscription. Love Alarm's initial vibe also reminded me of a certain manga I read years ago called Love and Lies. It's also kind of this low-key Ethiopian kind of genre where people are completely dependent on the government's matchmaking skills. They use this kind of genetic matching thingy in which they would select who is the most eligible for you based on your genes, which kinda makes sense and pretty cool if you ask me. Love Alarm is kind of like that for me, but with a techier vibe of sorts. Now, because I know this video is taking too long and we all have to go back at waiting for Love Alarm 2 to be dropped on Netflix, let's carry on with that business. This is Jane, your all-around multi-fandom girl and binge-watch enthusiast, and thank you so much for watching. Of course, you could comment down below, like, subscribe if you want more content, or you could suggest what K-drama, anime, or movie I should do next. Wear a mask, stay safe, and ciao!